Hello, chat. How are you doing? Today we're going to go through a couple of reviews. Let's see how it goes. First things first, got open loot boxes. Okay, nothing. I'll be honest, I have like 90% of the things already, so I don't expect anything new. Oh, something new. Sure. Let's go right. Let's get into it right away. We have a few. That's not a review code. This is a review code.
Traveling to Havana, ready for battle.
So today we are going to start by looking at Flick and Ninja. Why is it there you go. Pink? I like the pink. The pink color is. I feel like it's more principal, right? I don't know if you guys know how Big Bang works, but the basic colors are basically blue, yellow, that one, pink, and black. And you cannot even see black because the only way to make Epic Bang work is by setting it so that black doesn't show up, because it's not a PNG. It's actually a. It actually draws on. Thank you for the follow, Olisanya. It actually draws on a black screen, so you got to set a filter so that it doesn't show black. Too long to read. Don't worry about it. Let's do play. Flick and Ninja. So Rein on Havana is, I'll be honest, not okay. Like, hold on. Let's do the usual thing first, and let's read the review. I was playing Rhino Havana, which is personally not a great choice, I think. Personally, I think I wasn't doing too well, but I think this is a great game to get some tips about how to improve my gameplay. I did an alright job at blocking the enemy's team shatter, making shatter? I assume you mean just damage, spam? Making space for the team, but I have to work on finding the right place and to land. Oh, shatters! I assume by shatter you mean shatters. Alright, and blocking the main shatter, making space for the team, but I have to work on finding the right place to land my shatters properly. Alright, so shatter advice it is. But also, hold on, let me make sure that this is open. Basically, the reason I said Rhine is very difficult to play in Havana is that Havana is a map with a lot of high ground, like a lot of high ground, like here, all the way up here, right? There is a lot of high ground on Havana. It's usually played as a sniper map. A lot of teams just will play double sniper. They will place one sniper up here, one sniper up here, or back there, wherever you want. Maybe a Pharah or an Echo playing from above. You've got many different angles. And the reason for that is that it becomes more and more difficult for tanks to contest the high ground. Especially tanks like Rhine. Like, if you want to contest someone here with Rhine, you've got to go all the way around, right? So, and if you do this, they just shoot behind you and kill your team. So that's the reason Rhine isn't really good on Havana. Or maybe like Numbani, but even on Numbani, you can go like through the stairs and onto the high ground, and you can at least clear that high ground. On Havana, if you want to clear the high ground, you've got to go like all the way around. You have no easy access to the high ground. Let's just go. You go out, you block, this is fine. Don't do this, you are walking in the open. So what I'm telling you is you are wasting your shield for no reason. And this is gonna be a problem, because if you want to make this rotation, your shield is gonna be gone, right? Like, your shield, you have already lost 600 HP shield and you haven't even gotten to this actual street. So you have to know that it's gonna be impossible for you to actually walk this distance without losing your shield and probably your life. So what do? You go this way. With Rhine, you want to close the distance as much as possible while taking a little damage as possible. I know you've got to push the payload, but you can let your Mercy, your Ana, someone else just hide behind the payload and push it, right? So there's a ball behind you, but that's not your concern, really. You can swing at the ball, but you shouldn't be chasing the ball. Also, you're number 9, okay. So what I mean is, look, your shields already have gone, and we've taken 2 steps forward. This is what I mean when I say that Rein is really bad for this map, because first, you cannot shield your team, right? Let's look at this from the Widow's position. Even if you shield this, she can still shoot behind you, and the more you move forward, once your shield is here, she can shoot all the team behind you. The area you protect comes to be like only this. So the easier it is for enemies to get angles on Rein or a high ground on Rein, the less value Rein can get. On the other hand, if you come this way, your shield protects everything, you can get to the team a lot easier, so rotations right now is what I would say. You're waiting for your shield to regen, which is good, but again, your position is just really bad, if only because you're standing on main. So what you're doing is you're trying to block damage for your team, but you cannot block enough damage just by the fact that they got too much damage. Good pin! And again, you are creating distance between you and them. Your shield is not gonna last forever. In fact, your shield is gonna last very little. You should be trying to close the distance. At the very, very least, I want you to move forward, and if you need to refresh your shield, you can always just be like, okay, let's take this and hide behind this little cover here if I want to recharge my shield. Because then, at the very least, I can either go this way, or if I go this way, it is a lot shorter than having to go the entire way with a single shield. Hello there, feeling sleepy 2020. You changed your name, got it. So yeah, the Chulong don't really decide. Right now you're getting very, very little value because you're at a distance and you're shielding nothing. Not because your team is not behind you, but because your shield is just really bad. Ryan's shield is just not very good right now. Okay, with the fire strike, Urana's getting value. Dude, Urana's carrying. She just got a double kill. Move forward. They got no DPS, just go. What are you? Again, Urana, big value. Sleep and don't die then, right? You died because, again, first, unfortunate charge. Secondly, you had no resources when you went in. You took a lot of damage. But Urana is really doing work. Urana probably won this fight by herself, I'll be honest. Move forward. What are you doing? So, because we can move the payload forward, you got 3 people on payload already. Let the payload move forward. You take space. If you are here, the enemy team cannot push past you, right? If you are here, the enemy team can contest a lot easier. If you are here, you are buying time for the payload to move forward. The enemy team has to get past you or has to go the longer way to get to the payload. Instead, if you hold here, they can just come out and contest the payload here. Whereas if you hold here, the time they take to either contest you or go this way, the payload will either be very close or already have arrived to the destination. Which to the point at least. So you should be moving forward, is what I'm telling you. Like, be with you. You look at where your Genji is. You should be with him. You should be here. With your Genji, holding forward. If you are escorting the payload, you're probably doing something bad. Yeah, a tank doesn't... Maybe D.Va is the only tank that can escort the payload. Counter charge is okay. But again, imagine if you were holding here, and they couldn't come this way to contest, the ball would have had to... No, yeah, I've said this. Rein is extremely bad on Havana. On all points. Second is best, but Rein is just bad on Havana. It's the first thing I said during the review. Alright. Got a good replay for you. Yeah, it will probably have to be on the stream because I didn't stream for a week because holidays and family and all of that. I just couldn't. Yeah. Okay, so they use sides, which means we don't drop the shield and we play cover. Immediately drop the shield, immediately they get a pick. Fine with this. But we should be looking to move forward at some point. Like, why are you are just holding the shield? Also, you didn't block that shatter. Like, look, your entire team got shattered. This is why you got to do two things. You got to be forward, so that if your Divine tries to go flanking, you see him and you contest him. And so that your team, this is Plat. Like, exactly... Doesn't say exactly, just says Plat. But yeah, it's Plat. Mid Plat. That's some... but yeah, you should be holding forward so that if the Rhine goes this way, you can see him and contest him. And if he tries to go for this, you can just punish him. But he got a big shatter. I think you said you blocked most of the shatters. This is not one you blocked. You didn't get hit, but your team got served up. Again, you're getting no value. So you're doing two things. You are holding your shield, and you're standing on the payload. And those are both wrong. You should be holding forward so that you create space, and you shouldn't be holding your shield. You should be playing with the corners. You should be playing around this, and only use your shield as a resource to move closer. Because if you just stand in the open and hold your shield's gonna break and you're gonna get no value. Instead, what you do is you wait for your team to be ready, you push to the next corner, you hold the shield in the next corner, you defend this corner. Once your team is ready, you move to the next corner, right? This is how you play Rein. You move from corner to corner. So you go from this corner to this corner, or maybe this corner, depending on how far you can get. Then you move forward, you get either here or here or here. Then you keep going forward, you defend here, or you get this corner, then you get this corner, then you get this corner, and then you get this corner, and then you just get the payload. But the too long don't read is you are playing without cover and you are not doing anything. Like, you're holding shield, but that's about it. You should kill the Rhine, yeah, nice. The fight is lost though, like, we lost 3 people. We should... your healers are dead. Don't just say need healer, need healing. Understand that your healers are dead. Miss fire strike, it's okay. The side, like, free shatter, free fight one. You get these 2, you win the fight. I would just shatter them immediately. Took too long, still got the sand. That's pretty good. Don't charge immediately, by the way. Fire strike, swing is a kill as well. In fact, fire strike and swing are only a kill now because I believe. Let me double check this, but Reinhardt Overwatch. I believe Shatter does enough damage now to kill with a fire strike and a swing alone. Earth Shatter does 50 damage. So yes, Earth Shatter, fire strike, and 1 hammer swing is a total of 235 damage. No, not necessarily. Think about it this way. Let's go back. So what, in case you're not reading chat, someone said Charge is good because he only got 1. He did only get 1, but it's not like there was only 1 person here. Like, if you charge, you become very, very vulnerable. And there are more than 1 ways to confirm a kill. And yeah, I like that he got the send, it's important. But I don't think charge is like... Charge is not the only way to confirm a kill here. Look at this, right? Blah blah blah, shatter. So, you were a little far away. Here's the problem. If Diana is looking at you and she sleeps you are dead. Because charge makes you very, very, very vulnerable. You don't have a Zarya bubble right now. You don't have anything to protect you. So if you get slept, you are dead. This is my train of thought. If you get Diana, then that's probably better. But right now, you get slept, you are dead. They have a Widow, they have a Bolt, they have a Genji right here. So if you get slept, you are dead. This is why I would just not have charge. I would have just like move forward, throw a fire strike, get 1 swing, and kill him. You do kill the Zen, Diana's not paying attention. Senko does survive if he did Bolt, so it's kind of risky either way. Juicy, it's called silver. No, it's Plat. I've said this already. It's Plat. But yeah, ideally you would have shattered right away. You would have gotten both the Zen and Diana. Then you can fire strike, swing, and charge to confirm a kill if you want to, because Diana cannot sleep you and they have no other CC. But because you didn't get Diana, you cannot just charge for no reason. If Diana is looking at you and she slips you, you are fucked. You get a kill, which is good, but it could have been a lot worse, and it will be on higher ranks. Rein is not a difficult target to hit with the sleep. Especially during charge, it's very predictable. Good fast strike into the grab, you just swing, this is a fight win, nice, charge the Rein. So the reason I say charge the Rein is because if you charge him, he cannot swing at you. It's still a 1-5, but it's fine either way. The fight was wrong, like I said. Didn't name fire strike, it's okay. Like right now, this is a lot of what you're doing. You're just standing and holding your shield, and you should not be. This is not holding space. You're just standing and blocking the choke, but you're not holding space. Like if you want to hold space, you should be here, swinging. Because right now, you are giving up this entire room for free. Like anyone can stand here and shoot at you or shoot at behind you, like over here, they can just come here for free, right? On the other hand, if you're holding here, if someone tries to come out the door, you fast strike them, you swing at them, you threaten with a short charge, that's an immediate kill, right? So this is very good for Vine, if you just stand here instead. You basically prevent the enemy team from using this unless they all just rush at you. And even if they do, so long as you got a Zarya bubble, you can get out for free.
Nano boost almost ready.
Like, what are you doing? You're doing, again, you're doing nothing. Aim fast strike, you didn't get it. Imagine if you were here, this Genji would probably not be able to come out. Everyone is coming out this way. You could have gotten 2 or 3 swings into them as well. Listen fast strike. Doesn't look like you've got any communication for Zarya bubbles, which is not your fault and not your Zarya's fault. That's just not communication because Plat, I assume. Fire strike is okay. Again, your aim with the fire strike is really bad. You keep hitting things before your target. That's a decent block. That's a terrible shatter from Dervine. Who jumps this far before shattering? Never jump before shatter. You are giving the enemy more time to react. Never ever jump like that before shatter. Good counter charge, Rein should be dead. Good slept, it's fine. By the way, the way you deal with the Sigma is you push into the Sigma. You just walk forward and try to kill the Sigma. Genji is too mobile for you. I don't know what you're trying to go for. Like, yeah, you get a send maybe, but fight is probably lost. Like, we lost 2 to the blade, our Mercy's almost dead, they have better spawns. And we cannot even confirm the kill on the send. So, I'm gonna say you did lose this fight. Why go after the Genji? Genji's a flanker. What, you shouldn't be here, you should be fighting the front line. You kill the Sigma, then you can turn and swing at the Genji. Don't chase a Genji. Lost fight anyway, you just die here. Again, second point is probably the best point for Vine as well. In third point, you're gonna get, it's gonna be very difficult to say at least. So I like this, taking the high ground, good idea. Pushing the Sigma, good idea. Waiting for your team, I like it. Careful pushing past the shield, it's a great shatter opportunity if you can get it. EMP shatter is why? Just why? No, hold on. Where's my go back button? So, I assume you don't know how shatter works. Shatter does not jump. I know it's kinda wonky, but shatter does not jump. Shatter climbs. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Shatter doesn't jump things. Shatter climbs. So Shatter can climb up or down the stairs, but Shatter will not jump down the stairs. And what you're trying to do is basically get everyone with a Shatter that's never gonna get them. That's a great EMP. It got literally everyone. You just move forward. Like, what's the Shatter though? What are you even shattering? Like again, see, the shatter does not go through the stairs, it only climbs down here. And you get literally no one. That's a bad shatter. Your shatters have honestly been really bad thus far. Oh, I mean, by climb, I mean that it actually does climb. Like even the payload. If there's a small step, it will go up or down the small step. If there is a ramp, it will go up the ramp, right? So you can shatter up or you can shatter down the stairs. You can shatter up or down the payload even. Like, it will get people on the payload if you shatter this way. But it will not just like immediately jump an entire um, big ladder up. What I mean by climbs is shatter will go up and down if you throw it in a direction that goes up and down. So it is possible to shatter someone here from here, from here, if you get it to go up the stairs. But it's not possible to shatter someone here because it will not just jump this. So that's the difference. It will go up this way, but it will not like hit people. It's a cone, right? So the cone will basically do this. And it will get people here, but it will not get people here because it will not climb this. This is a one fight anyway. EMP just honestly was great EMP. And I'll be honest, thus far you're kinda getting carried. Your Ana was first point, your Sombra won this fight. You are doing nothing. You just die. Shattering payloads completely bugged, super inconsistent. A little bit. By which I mean yes, it's absolutely fucked. But you can do it. Coaching style is nice, you're playing things well, but precisely thank you, I appreciate that. So again, I like taking high ground. Your team again, the fight is won because we use a 6-man EMP. I don't know why your Sombra swap. That 6-man EMP was amazing. But yeah. And honestly, on this third point, is probably one of the worst Rein points ever. Because it's just so open that your shield will break before you even get to the corner. Like, there is no rotation you can make that actually allows you to save your resources, right? If you try to come this way, they will shoot at you from up here, from down here, from down here. They will just shoot at you. Your shield will break very fast. If you try to rotate this way, again, they will just shoot at you forever. It's very open. You cannot go from corner to corner on this map, as you usually would with Rein. There is no corner you can take that is actually safe up until this corner. And this corner isn't really all that safe either. It's only like a tiny bit. But it's what teams usually use because it's the best you've got. So you make use of what you got. But yeah, you can see that I said earlier that the corners you hold are this, which is it's literally right next to spawn. Then this, which also very close to spawn, and then you got nothing up and all the way up till this. So it's just very open. These are not good because you cannot see them. Your team is in a very difficult position. Tanks I would recommend. Dive tanks are really good for closing the distance fast. Spam tanks are okay. Like Sigma is actually really good here because if they got a sniper, you can put a shield and contest a sniper. You can contest an angle. So Sigma is really good because he's got long range damage as well. Monkey Diva are solid if you want to, because you can get to here safely, right? And from here, you can jump here. You can drop. You can come back up here. You can come down if you want to. You can go around. So mobility is very, very important on this point. Ball is also really good. You can go all the way around if you want to. You can come this way. If the enemy team is holding here, you can just go. Hold on. The enemy team is holding here, which is something they usually do. You can go the long way around and move them into your team, right? So I'm literally telling you, any tank but Reinhardt. Roadhog also not great on offense. On defense, he's okay because you can stand here and try to cook people. So he's okay, but he's not ideal. But with Orisa, you can stand here, or you can just stand here and shoot. With Sigma, you can slowly push forward, choose an angle and hold it. With Monkey Diva Ball, you can just go. I just Ryan Saria is also not great. But yes, Ryan Saria are particularly bad on this last point. Even Roadhog is okay, but Ryan Saria are just bad. But again, I try to look at things you should do with the tanks you got, rather than telling you to swap. I'm just explaining why it's not good. That's a good block, by the way. It's still got the soldier, which is unfortunate. But at the very least, you blocked it for your Genji and you blocked it for yourself. And the Rein just went forward anyway, so he should die. Decent kill. So we push forward. They have a Sigma, but again, the way you deal with Sigma Shrine is you get as close as possible, because Sigma doesn't like getting close. Again, by the way, again, you're missing out on a lot of ult charge because your 5 strikes are also bad. You keep hitting the walls. Instead of just at least trying to get them to people, they keep hitting this. Take the extra 0.2 seconds to properly aim the fire strike, because it's a lot more value. Like just getting the fire strike is 100 damage to begin with. It's 7% ult charge for each person you get, and it actually is basically impossible to block except for Matrix, Bubble, and Sigma 8. Again, standing in the open with your shield up, doing nothing. Hello, Mr. Red Squareman. Again, I said this earlier, you really want to be behind cover most of the time. You want to go from cover to cover. You don't want to just stand in the open and let your shield break. So what will I do here? Now that you've made it this far, you just stand here. If they try to push into you, you push into them. If they just stay here, you just stay here. You're buying free time for the payload to push forward. By holding here, you're basically holding this space, right? Just by being here, behind the cover. If you are here, you are holding the same space, but the amount of time you can hold it for is limited by your shield self, which is 1600. And nowadays 1600 does not last a very long time. On the other hand, if you hold here, the amount of time you can hold, like this is the difference. If you stand here, you hold this space, right? If you stand here with your shield like this, you hold this space. So you are not holding this space technically, but the difference is that the difference is that while you are giving up this little bit of control, you can hold this forever, because cover is unlimited shield. So this is why a lot of people say play with cover, play the corners, right? Because you've got to be here to hold the space. And yes, if you hold here with your shield up, you are also holding this, but your team doesn't need this. Your team should not play in front of you, so your team doesn't need this, and your team can be here forever, so long as you are standing behind cover. Hello, I love K-pop K-pop boys. Yeah, that one name. But yeah, by holding here, you basically can hold this forever. So what you do is you just stand here, and if someone gets close, you go on them. If they don't get close, you wait. Because your team can just push the payload all the way up here for free, so long as you are holding here. Like, there is no reason for you to be holding your shield either. Your Genji is in front of you, your soldier and your Zarya are kinda behind you, but again, just fine. They use Sigma. I'm okay with this. You walk forward to try to get your Zarya, but again, you are literally only holding your shield. And you should not be doing this. While you're standing behind cover, you just stand behind cover. And again, if they let them push into you, you don't have to go out there and expose yourself. You basically have given you 1000 HP worth of resources in your shield. And you are forced to retreat. Now you swing, but your sword is already dead by the Nano Rein. I like this counter charge. Urana is an actual god, by the way. That was an amazing sleep, by the way, Shadow. That was such a big shadow. I think this is gonna get them, but only because the Sigma fucked up and put his shield up in the air. Now it's still got blocked. You shut it too late. What I'm telling you is you just shut it too late. As soon as you see the opportunity, go for it. Sigma had just put down his shield. Sigma has a 1 second cooldown on his shield. So you can assume that if he looks at you, for 1 second he's trying to block it. If he just puts it down, you can just go for it. In this case, you just went too late. By the way, their Rein is bad. He keeps charging into your team, which is basically a death sentence for a Reinhardt. Never charge into the enemy team like that. If you want a quick explanation why, you are putting distance between you and your team. Like if your team is here and you're here, it's a lot harder for them to support you, and the enemy team is literally all around you and they can just kill you. Now, I don't know if you know how to shield jump, but if there is no Rein that can shatter you, because there is no Rein that can shatter you, the Rein is dead. Or if he doesn't have shatter, you should be shield jumping to move faster. Also, just swing at the ground. 5-strike swing, 5-strike swing, 5-strike swing. Why are you holding your shield? If you got armor, you don't have to hold your shield. Swing, move forward, swing. Your Genji is doing work, why can you not be there with him? Good pin. But you're playing way too defensive. You're basically just standing until your team does the work for you. Okay, with that 5-striking the door is good. Oh, click button. Genji's going for play behind you, so you pin behind you. Never mind, you just ignore him, I guess. It's fine, but you should do something. Again, what are you doing? You're swinging, you are standing here swinging at nothing. I guess near the payload, that's the best you can do. But you're not going for people. You're not looking at the spawns. You are not preparing to counter people, to pin someone, to fire strike. You're just standing in the open and doing nothing with your time. And you're just waiting. You're just waiting while the game happens around you. And that's not how Brian plays. Especially nowadays, you've got to play very aggressive with Brian. Because if you play defensive, then they just spam you out, they kill your team, and you put all of the pressure on your DPS to actually do work. So thus far, what I'm gonna say is that you play way too defensive. You don't have to do this for 4 to have 5-strike. You can be like, here, wait 1 second and get them. I'm okay with it. It's not a big deal, and you get, like, again, 5-strike is a big tool for getting shatter, and you got 3 people, so that's actually pretty good. You should be letting your Mercy know to power boost you, so you get a little bit extra. I still don't know why you keep doing this. Like, again, why are you holding your shield out in the open? The difference, I'm explaining this just one more time. If you just stand here and defend this, the difference of space you are giving up is this only. Right? But the difference is that you can only hold this for 1600 HP, whereas you can hold this forever. So I just don't like it. You swing it at nothing. So here's what I mean. Right now, the fight can finally happen, right? You can go in and they can go in, but your shield is at 765 HP. So you only got half of your shield. We are about to have a fight and you have already lost half of your shield because you are just standing in the open and letting it take a ton of damage. I don't think the Rein is doing any better. Yeah, the Rein is even worse than you are. The Rein is just, again, just holding the shield and standing on the payload, which is what you did on attack. So the Rein is not very much better. So why are we holding shield? You got bubbled. As soon as you bubble, you have to go aggro. Or at the very least, don't hold your shield while you are bubbled. If you want to retreat, you can retreat, but there is no reason for you to hold your shield. You are cannibalizing the bubble and you are not letting your shield recharge, so you are missing out on 2 advantages resources-wise. I mean. Good kill in this area, that's a counter charge. You don't miss the charge like that. It was very clear that you were gonna hit the wall. You should still be able to focus the Vine. Nice. Good swinging at the very least. Free shatter, they don't have a Ryan right now and their Saria is not here. Shatter Diana, just honestly, just shatter Diana and win the fight. Is it a waste? No, it's such a big deal. Ana is their only healer. If you kill Diana, if you shatter and kill Diana, They've got to wait for the Ana to respawn and come all the way back before they can fight again. It's a free fight win. You should have just shattered the Ana. You can stand again, you're just standing in the open and holding your shield. Like, why here? Why not here? Why not here? I guess not here because the McCree's there, but you're just standing in the open. If you're gonna make a rotation, go this way so you can use this as cover, this way so you can be this as cover, defend here. You're just standing in the open and holding your shield way too much. And this is why you probably, like, I imagine what usually happens is that when the fight happens, you feel like you have no shield. And that's because you are losing your shield before the fight even happens. Like, your shield is already broken. And this time, because the Rein just respawned, he's got the entire shield. We should be looking to shatter here. So how do we shatter? You look for a flank. You look for when the Rein goes too far forward from his team. Or you look for a 5-strike. Those are the big ones. But honestly, the unexpected is the best. So if you're defending here, what you do is you hold here, you move a little back, you bait the Rein forward, and when he's on this side of the platform, you do this and you shatter everyone behind him, for example, right? Because the Rein is being baited forward, you can turn around and bait and shatter everyone behind him. Basically what I'm telling you is, your goal is not to shatter the enemy Rein. It's okay if you don't hit the Rein with the shatter, because he's got a shield. It's very difficult to actually shatter the Rein. What you should be trying to do is shatter the people behind him. And it's okay if you don't get the Rein, so long as you get the people behind him. Like, if you wanted to, you could go here, shatter the Zarya and the McCree. Like, from here, you can just be like, oh, 3 people, the Rein is here. These are 3 people to shatter. A lot of Reinhardt players focus on the Rein duel, and they're like, I've got to outplay the Reinhardt to get a shatter. Whereas outplaying the Reinhardt doesn't mean you've got to shatter at the exact timing where he doesn't have a shield up. Outplaying the Reinhardt can just as easily be, you know what, I'm gonna look to my right, I'm gonna shatter under the payload, because shatter usually goes under the payload from this direction. From the opposite direction it can climb. Like, if you shatter this way, it may end up timing the payload instead. Like I said, it's very wonky with the payload. So if you shatter like this, instead of getting the people behind him, it may be like, well, instead of getting like this, it may get like this, this, but not this and this. But if you shatter from the opposite direction, it should probably shatter everything. So I will be like, hey, free shatter. That's a great dragon. High noon, so you got to hold your shield. Hold your shield. I know you died, but no, not a lot you can do. At the very least, you may have been able to keep your McCree alive. And yeah, you could have won the fight by just shattering earlier. Fight is lost at this point, so we just regroup. We got a monkey now. Because he decided the Widow was doing too much. Again, you should be looking for a shatter. Shatter the McCree is not necessarily a fight win, but if you can kill him, you are basically having a 5v6, which you should win most of the time. Fight is lost, we got no DPS, fight is lost, just retreat. You literally only retreat, you cannot do anything, there's a McCree above you, but... You just play defensive. I'm not against this. Again, right is not great when playing here, because what are you blocking? Like, you should be playing here, but I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm fine with this. I'm fine with you playing on this corner or on this corner. Either corner is fine. What you should not be doing is holding your shield right now. Like, what are you shielding right now? Not you. Yes. Your monkey's dead. You still have no DPS. Why are we going in? We should have retreated a long time ago. And yeah, I'm okay with this, but just keep in mind that look at your team. You got Ana and Mercy alive, and that's basically about it. We should have regrouped a long time ago. Why are you going this way? You should be looking to retreat further. This is not a retreat. Yes, the Rhine cannot chase you, but the Zarya, the Widow, the McCree, the Ana, and the Lucio cannot just shoot you anyway. So doing this is bad. What you should be looking to do is either this or this and getting out this way or to the high ground this way. Why? Because what I want you to do is use this as cover, right? If you use this, again, you are in the open. If you come here, you can play with this as cover. I just want you to play more with cover because basically you are taking a pummeling every time. Also, prepare to shatter. As soon as the Rhine starts going forward, you shatter. When a team gets a grab, Rhine will usually go very aggro. He will be like, oh, they're shattered, I got to move forward. So shatter right now. Too late. Too late. Again, grab is over, the Rhine is defensive. He went aggro for a second to throw a fire strike while the grab was up. That was your window. You had a very small window, to be fair. It was only a fire strike, but that was your window. You can still do this. You got nanoed. Yep, good job. Your monkey actually killed 3 again. So, all in all, at the very least, well done, you didn't die. But you should have died. You get a mini, I'm okay with it. What are we holding here? Again, this is not very good, because if they come here, you cannot hold this. Like, if you hold here, you are defending this, but basically giving all of this for free, right? And they can still make a free rotation to the high ground. What you usually do is you either defend here, because you can defend the entire choke and everything behind it, or you defend here. Because again, you can defend the entire area. Defending here is bad because you cannot defend this. You cannot defend this flank. I like it, you are backing out. Again though, like, standing in the open for no reason. If you are shielding no one, which right now, who are we shielding? No one, right? We are just holding space. So why are we in the open? What are we shielding? Ourselves? Well, you can be out of danger by just standing here. If you just stand here and swing at the corner, they still cannot shoot you unless they come all the way up here. But you can still swing at them. So, McCree to your left, by the way, you are taking shots from McCree. Or the Widow, actually, not the McCree. He gets nanoed, you die. You could have won that. Or at the very least, I don't know if you could have won that. You could have increased your chances of winning from maybe from a 30 to a 45% if you'd played better. It's a lost fight probably. I'm okay with this. Like, this is a good idea for a last second contest, but I like this more. For 2 reasons. One is, you can actually charge into the payload, which I know, I said charges aren't ideal, but when you are in this desperate position, the opportunity to get a pick is a great opportunity. Whereas if you charge here, you're just going to go over the payload, or you're going to stop the payload here. And the second one is that if you are holding this, then your team can send flankers the way. Maybe McCree, maybe Echo can go this way. If you're here, they are going to have a harder time getting value because their team is going to be looking this way anyway. You're just giving it up? We are just giving it up. Okay. So if you're giving it up, why are you here? If we decided that this point is lost, we should prepare to defend here. There is no, like, where do you want to defend? You cannot defend here because they just go past you and shoot your team or shoot you from here. You cannot defend here, for some reason they got 3 shots on your team. So Ryan cannot defend anywhere other than here on this corner on this map.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Also, this is so close to the spawn that you are basically like begging to trade. Like they are like, hey, want to trade with the Rhine? Yes? Okay, great. Our Ryan is going to be back in 1 second, and yours is going to take 15. So there is no reason for you to be this forward. As soon as you decided the fight was lost, you should have come either here, which is okay. At the very least, you can maybe throw a fire strike, but here is the overall consensus choice. The Ryan's not great either, but good kills. I was gonna say your shield is gone, so he can probably get value, but you kill him, so good job. Still, very bad positioning. And again, standing in the open, holding your shield for no reason. Like, what are you shielding? There is literally no one here. What are you shielding? Let your shield recharge. Stop standing in the open with your shield. Just, yeah, hold the cover. Wait for the cover, let your shield recharge. I dislike this heavily. Why are you giving up the corner? What do they have that is so threatening that you have to give up the corner? The Roadhog? You can block the hook with your shield. Don't give up the corner, it's your first positioning. Also, careful with the high noon, but I was gonna say, the shadow is looking away from you, so you may be able to get a shadow. Great shadow again under the payload. I don't like the charge because it makes you so vulnerable. Charging actually makes you so vulnerable that it's a very unadvisable to charge in most situations. Yorana saves your life by nanoing you and nading you, but he gets nano, you get stunned, and you probably die. I'll be surprised if you don't die. Your healers are doing amazing, by the way. Again, this is what I mean when I say that as a Reinhardt, you should be looking for opportunities to shatter not the Rein, but his team. Where's Urana? Oh, Urana got hit all the way back there. So, this is your fault. Why are you going this way? Go this way. You have some control as to which direction you back out on. So just hold your shield for a second, go this way. You again, play with the corner, play with your team. You're backing away from your team rather than into your team. Decent pin. And again, I don't know what the Rein, just the Rein is not great. I would not take this as a standard of you being better than the Rein. I would take this as a standard of the Rein being worse than you are. But you're not getting a ton of value is what is really the point I'm trying to make. And I don't mean to be raw, but it's not only because you don't have the basic concepts of Rein, but it is also definitely because this is just a bad map for Reinhardt. So when I say that you're basically getting carried, it is because it's just a really bad map for Rein. It's a lot harder to get value on difficult maps. By the way, swing again, what are you shielding? Yeah, your team is kinda behind you, but like swing got the payload. The more space you can buy the better. You should be here dueling it out with their Rein. Why are you backing out for free? You are giving them free space. Yeah, I like this. You have a free shatter as soon as he looks away. Free shatter, by the way. Literally free shatter on everyone but Rein. Even the Rein just jumped in front of it. Nice. He stole it. It's fine, this is a fight one. Again, don't worry about the backline. Stay on the front line. You are the Rein, you are the main tank, stay on the front line. Genji can go here, Rodhu can go here, you stay on the front line. You can, yeah, you kill the McCree, but and maybe you kill the Lucio as well. But your team can also kill them, you should just be on the front line. Shielding the McCree High Noon is fine. He has no value, but that's okay. High Noon is a bad ult. Decent fire strike, you get one. David, why are you just... I know why you are just standing here. Your brother is slept and you are trying to protect him. Don't do it. Like, just standing here like this is gonna get you fucked. If you want to protect him, go aggro rather than playing defensive. Because playing defensive is basically like, hey guys, instead of taking a 5b6 for 3 seconds, how about you take, 5b6 because your roto is sleeping. How about you take a 4b6? You can just push into us and I will do nothing. No, just go forward, go aggro. You get pain instead. You didn't even try to counter charge because you were so focused on defending the. Also, again, charging really bad when you're in the open. I got counter charging would have been fine because at the very least the Rhine also goes down. Then you just charge behind the Rhine and you get killed by the Hainyun. You could have gotten stunned, you could have gotten slept, you could have gotten hooked, you could have gotten pooped off the map with that charge as well. Don't charge randomly like that. Okay. Do we go to? It doesn't look like we go. I guess you guys managed to hold this. We come back again, corner, so you hold here. Now we just go straight into them. Great hook from your. That's not like that's an okay pin, but it's their Ryan's fault, like not your. But it's still fine. If you kill the Ryan, you got a free shatter. Swing, just keep swinging. Kill the Ryan, free shatter, free shatter, free shatter. Nice, good fire strike. You swing. Hold on. Bro, sneeze. You missed with that, which is unfortunate, but it should still be a 1-5. Just keep swinging. Why are you? What are you shielding? No one's shooting at you. Your team is going aggro. Stop shielding nothing. This is my biggest pet peeve when it comes to Prime players. Stop shielding nothing. And by I shield nothing, I don't mean shield something. I mean stop shielding when you don't have to shield. Go aggro instead. Again, don't worry about the backline. You're the front line. Let your Roadhog peel if you have to. You are not the peel here. And this comes from someone who loves peeling. Because I usually duo, if I have to duo, I will usually duo with support players. And I will always try to peel for my friends because I'll be like, hey friend, don't die, I'll keep you alive. But if you're playing the front line, you cannot go back to peel like that. Again, backing out, holding shit in the open. Like, I can't really tell you. My biggest advice for you is play corners, stop holding shield in the open. That's it. That's the biggest thing I can tell you already. You are taking every fight with half shield because of it. And sometimes even less than half shield because of it. Hainyun, okay. I was gonna say Hainyun didn't break your shield. I was surprised, but it's fine. Decent fight strike. Flame behind the card is good. That McCree got fucked. Unlucky. Trace is annoying. Good block on the pulse bomb. Missed the charge, which is unfortunate. See, I'm okay with that charge. Never mind. I was gonna say I'm okay with that charge because you are looking away and if you charge him, then you can probably kill him. But all he has to do is look at you and you're dead. So it's difficult. Also running shattering. But you kill him, which is good, and you win the fight, which is good. Again, you're both really what to get about that. So I will say, like this is one, should be one. I will say two things. Number one, stop playing in the open. Yeah, like you're playing in the open a lot. Play with cover. Number two, your team carried you hard on this one. Both because you are not playing great and because the Rhine is not good for this map. So between those two things, your team really had to step up. You got very little value, which is unfortunate, but you know, happens sometimes. I'm hoping you can get something out of the video. At the very least, you should learn that, yeah, standing behind the corners is really good. It's free, unlimited shields. They cannot break this. Okay. Let's take a 2 to 3 minute break and I'll be back with the next one. I need to hydrate, so I'll be right back.